Clara is a content creator. She's from Black Garlic. Very interesting. She's also a food stylist and a food photographer. So do check her out on the gram. And then this is the interesting part. Lulu and William started cooking from their home. And as things grow, you put a bit of content on, and you just think, oh, I love it, I'm passionate, up until a point that they now own a brand called The Wood Kitchen. And what happened was it started off as Mr. and Mrs. Wood. I know. It is what it is. I don't ask details. I just tell you as it was told to me. And so please understand that they've come all the way from Zambia. They've been an afternoon espresso and afternoon espresso. I remember actually seeing Lulu on there, and I was like, oh, that face, I remember her. And so I want you to know that you today have made history. You will always be able to say that you were at the first plant-powered show, and wait for it, the first Masterclass in Johannesburg. So well done. I'm not going to say any more, but I'm going to say the following. So we say good morning to each other. Muli Bwanji. And Muli Bwanji is Zambian for good morning. So Muli Bwanji, over to the team.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Fantastic. So he started it off so well. Muli Bwanji, and you'd answer Bueno, okay? So let's try this. Muli Bwanji.
Bueno.
Bueno. So it's easy. Bueno, like bueno. I don't even know what that means. Anyways, I'm really excited to be here. We all are. I'm Lulu from The Wood Kitchen. My cool guy here, William, my husband, and I just absolutely love cooking. And we've been blessed to meet a friend online. We met online 3 years ago, just as we were both starting our food brands, and we met Clara of Black Garlic. Now we have decided to collaborate in our vision to take Zambian food to the world.
I'm excited.
So we had two separate brands, but here we are. So today we are actually making something that, I don't know, do any of you know these vegetables? Ever seen this?
No.
Okay, Zambia is huge on plant-based. We are
Amazing.
big on plant-based food. We eat every leaf you can think of. This is actually hibiscus. It's in the hibiscus family, and these are the leaves in the hibiscus family. So normally you know about hibiscus tea.
Yep.
That's very popular, especially in West Africa also.
Yep.
But this is the leaves. So we call it Lumanda back home, so you can just take a look at it. We call it Lumanda, and it's something that we really enjoy in different ways. We enjoy it in what ways, Clara?
Okay. So for Lumanda, you can cook it in peanut sauce, you can cook it with fish, you can cook it with cooking oil, you can cook it as is. So just with water, tomatoes, and onion. In Zambia, we call it uksholola. They're one of those days where you feel like you have cooking oil in the kitchen, but you want to cook and you don't have cooking oil. You can still prepare it just with water and salt, minus the cooking oil. So today's version, we are going to cook it using cooking oil. Yes.
Okay, so what I'd like you guys to do now is start your engines with your stoves, and please put the pots on. We're going to boil the water, and then we're going to give you a few more instructions of what we're going to do with the vegetable. Just waiting for a bit of water there. Has everybody else got water in the back? In your pots?
That's enough.
Okay, great. So, Lulu, you're now going to walk us through the next steps?
So now that your water is boiling, I want you to understand something about Zambian food. We don't really use a lot of spices. So as you can see with the ingredients that are in front of you, you literally have what is the base of most Zambian food. That is tomato, onion, and cooking oil. You got that, and you're good to go for most of our dishes in Zambia. We are also very big on peanuts. So if you've got a peanut allergy, watch out as you come to Zambia. Please ask before you eat, because we use a lot of ground peanuts. So that's huge for us. And also with this recipe, we add creaminess to our dishes by adding the ground peanuts. So it really makes a dish very creamy. This dish also has a bit of a sour taste. So if you like, very, sour-based foods, this is something that comes out quite sour. But for those that don't like it sour, that's when they'll add the pounded groundnuts. So is our water boiling? I can see it starting to heat up. Wow, these stoves are quick. Yeah, like I need the stove at home. That is really great. All right, so those are from Snappy Chef.
Okay, cool. Let me just
Okay,
add
great.
some more for you.
Definitely want them. So,
There you go.
all your water boiled? All your water boiled?
Just adding a bit more. It's like spinach, so it wilts. Yes.
Yeah. So we're just going to add a bit more.
It's like spinach, so it's gonna
So,
wilt.
Clara, you can explain why you're adding a bit more.
I'm just like with what adding a bit. Yeah.
Okay, so if you didn't hear that, she was saying we're adding a bit more of the Lumanda to your plates because it's just like spinach. It's just going to shrink and wilt
Hey, Chef, how are you?
and be much less. So we want you to have something to taste. What leaves are like very popular here in South Africa? Would you know like leaves that are popular to cook?
Basil?
Besides
So I'm just
spinach,
adding
you
a bit
cook
more
basil?
because it's gonna wilt like spinach. Yeah.
I'm just getting a reaction. You can cook with
Yes,
coriander, with
Lumanda.
parsley, Morocco.
What is Morocco?
It has an English name, but it's,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's similar to kale.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Do you use pumpkin leaves here?
No.
All right, so we
You do.
also eat a lot of pumpkin leaves, and fun fact, pumpkin leaves are so buttery
Yes.
and good. You really, when you taste them after they are cooked, it really tastes like you added some butter to the vegetables. So they are really good, but just make sure you strip the leaves of the veins. Yeah,
The veins,
that's what we call them.
Lulu,
Okay.
why do you need to do that?
So it helps the pumpkin leaves be much softer
Okay.
and tastier.
Got it.
Yeah, so it doesn't have the roughness of what the pumpkin leaf normally has if you leave it on.
okay.
So we're very big. We eat bean leaves, cassava leaves.
Oh, wow.
They could kill you, so you have to cook them right.
Can I just watch you cook it rather? I'll bring it to you and be like, Lulu, please cook for me. Thank you very much.
Keep coming to our classes. There's a lot of exciting stuff. So what's the next step, Clara?
Okay, so I'm sure all your what Lumanda has already prior. So this is clean and washed, but if you want to try it at home, you need to wash it. So this is washed and clean. The water has boiled, so just get some.
Clara, do you want it on boil still?
Sorry.
You still want it on boil when they put it in? Okay, cool, fantastic. Guys, on the Snappy Chefs, you make sure you're on P9 and keep it on that. Clara, at any stage, if you drop the heat, just let me know. I'll tell them what number, and I'll see you in the pot.
Okay. Perfect.
All right.
All right.
So
you-
all of it goes in. All of it. Do we have all our Lumanda in the pot? Okay.
Almost. This one, they just came late, so I'll watch and I'll
No
cue
worries.
them.
Welcome
Cool beans.
to the Wood Kitchen and Black Garlic, all the way from Zambia. You're having a taste of Zambia. No, make some noise. Come on. Woo! First ever masterclass at the plant
Right?
powered
Right.
show in Joburg. I mean,
Yes.
like history
Everyone has
makers.
salt.
I
Exactly.
like that.
Quick question. Can you eat this raw? The hibiscus leaves?
I've never tried it.
I mean, I would love to try, but I want to die. I'll be like,
I don't think
I
it's
don't think
poisonous.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We don't want the last, the first breakfast becomes the last supper. It's not a vibe.
No. We're not doing that here, guys.
It's not the kind of history we want to be
Yeah.
making.
So, do we have salt on our stations?
They're delivering as we speak. As
Okay,
you get
we've
it,
got
just
some
open,
salt.
guys.
So just open it up
Thank you.
quickly.
When in Africa.
I just even added it by default.
While
So-
that's happening, I'm going to take a selfie, guys.
Okay. So you can remove the lid now. You can get your salt. Please open your salt and add some salt to the water.
Clara, when you say some salt, is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Like 1,
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, please, you can now uncover it after adding salt.
So now let's get a spatula and give that a stir.
Yes.
All right, guys, I've just seen some of you that are on P9. Drop it, once it's boiled, drop it to P6. Otherwise, it's going to bubble
Okay.
over like I've seen happening with some
Please
people.
reduce the heat to, you can reduce the heat because it's boiling over now.
All right, drop it down to P4. Thanks.
Don't cover your pots. Don't cover your pots. Leave it open.
Please take the
lid
lids off
off.
the pot. The
Great.
lid, please take it off. Yes. Have you added salts to your pot? Okay, yes. Please just add three twisties.
Does
Yes.
anyone need some serviettes to wipe?
Okay.
Yes, no, maybe.
Okay. So we can now turn the. Just give it a good turn, good stir. So the next step now is pouring water out of the
So you can
pot.
switch off the heat.
So you can switch off the heat and then we're going to pour out the water.
So turn the heat off, guys, and then we're going to strain the water out. I think we'll come around and help you guys, one
Yes.
by one, so we don't have an accident here. Just grab your lids, guys, so that we can strain the water well.
So what we'll do, just to keep the order going, can I ask you just to come? No, it's fine. Come through. Just line up over here.
Yeah.
Then we can just because we can just keep it going. Just come through, line up. So
He'll help
as
you.
soon as you're here, because you all need to strain. So there we go. Thanks, William. I like it. He's a gentleman. Stephen, can you give us some music while we're busy straining so we don't have to use tea bags?
This time, baby, that's the reason why I can't stop thinking about you. Yeah, I don't know the reason why I feel how I feel. This is unrealistic, but somehow it's real. You're gonna be the one for me.
So as you can see, there's like steps to all of this. You don't just put the water and continue. So there's steps to all of this. So if you're done with this, you can put aside the strained vegetable, and we're going to be moving on to the pan. So in the pan, so just get the pan ready on the stove. Don't turn it on yet, because we know these snappy chef stoves are quick. All right, so now we're going to move on to the next stage, Clara.
Okay, so the next stage is making the sauce for the lumanda. So kindly switch on your stoves on medium heat and your pan.
On medium heat, put it onto P5. Clara, P5 is going to be just above medium. So then go
P4.
drop it to P4.
Yes. Okay. So please.
Please chop the onion. 2, great.
Just half.
Please
Half
cut
of it.
half the onion. And if you cry, it's okay. We'll start singing Don't Cry For Me, Argentina by Madonna. Don't cry for me, Argentina.
Does everyone have some oil in front of them?
Yes.
Yes.
Clara,
So
how do you
kindly
want the
is-
onion cut is a question? In cubes.
Yes,
Cut your
yeah,
onion in
dice.
cubes.
Yeah.
Just half. Yes? There we go. Hold the oil. She wants it for emotional support. No, I'm kidding. Clara, you must tell them. Once they put the oil in first.
Yes, not all of it. Just put.
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
We're trying to
that's
stay
fine.
healthy.
That's it. Think thin. What is the highlight in Zambia, Lulu?
Highlight in terms of what? There's so many cool things about Zambia.
So if I go, oh my gosh, I'd love, you now inspired me to go to Zambia.
Uh-huh.
Where would I go? Where would I be starting? I'd
Okay,
be like,
so I would say start at the obvious, Victoria Falls, because it is on the Zambian side.
oh,
Let's
did
forget
we-
that other little
oh,
country that starts with a Z.
I can't think
I
I've
can
gone
see
blank
that
now.
we've got some enemies in here.
No, not at all. We're all about the Zambians.
So yeah, it's not on the Zimbabwean side, it's on the Zambian side. So please do visit.
Can I tell
the
you some fun
Victoria
fact?
Falls, yes.
I'd love to know who knew that. Who knew that Vic Falls is on the Zambian side? Be honest.
Okay.
One person.
So
thank you for educating
between,
us.
It's actually between Zambia and Zimbabwe. The better view and experience, of course. is
Right.
from Zambia.
Right.
But you can have some form of an experience in Zimbabwe.
Cool.
All right, the
There we go.
Zimbabweans, are we happy?
Fantastic.
So yeah, visit. We've got incredible waterfalls also. So next we go in with the onions.
Please add your onions.
Guys, you need to drop it down. I can see some of you starting to burn. Drop it to P. I'm told P2. P2. Drop it to P2. That's too hot.
So
Okay, that's cool.
stir your onions.
put
They
it down.
shouldn't brown. We're just trying to saute the onions. So low heat, nicely fry. So the difference, when you're cooking West African food, they use a lot of onion and sort of saute really on low heat until the onion sort of dissolves
Okay.
into the oil. We don't do that. We'll just saute for a few minutes.
Yeah.
We want to see that onion. We
Ah.
want to see that tomato.
Okay.
Cool.
So the next, adding tomatoes.
Oh, you'll have to cut the tomato in
Yes,
cubes.
in cubes as well.
Drop it to P2.
Okay. You can also
Okay.
cut your chili if you like chili. If you don't like chili, it's optional. You can leave it out.
I love chili.
Yes, so you have a chili in
Yours
front
will
of
have
you.
chili.
Yeah.
You don't have to cut every, cut according to your taste buds. Yes, half, depending on what you like.
Oh, who likes chili? Who's honest? Right. Put the whole thing in. If you want more, I can grab from someone's station that doesn't want. I'm that guy. I'm like a habanero person.
Okay, cool. So let's add our tomatoes now.
Oh.
Go in with the tomatoes.
Some stories.
You guys are doing a great job.
Yes.
Well done, well done, well done.
Do they add salt or pepper, Clara?
Yes, so now we're going in with salt and pepper.
Cool. Chop your chili, add your tomato. Wow, we've got some experts in the house. This is great. You can see she cooks at home. She's like,
You
I'm
guys
the
want to
mom.
reduce that
and make it
heat
happen.
from the chili, take out the seeds if you like, but if you like the heat, keep them in.
For the salt, it depends on your taste, but some people love their food salty, others don't. Just add as you would at home, no?
Is Zambian food salty? That was my question I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
Okay. And chili is optional, or is the chili kind of standard?
So chili is optional. Like I said, we love the natural flavors of our food. Zambian food truly honors the natural flavors. So even with the pepper, that's, the new way of cooking.
Yeah.
Adding garlic is a new way of cooking.
Oh, wow.
But normally salt.
Salt.
Yeah,
Got
we are a salty nation.
How's the chili? Can I taste?
You can handle that.
I could eat the whole one.
Once you add your salt and your pepper, just mix it together. The tomatoes aren't as ripe as I would love them to be, so kind of just give them help softening by just...
Clara, why do you want that?
Okay,
It's a good,
so...
you made an interesting comment.
Yes, so...
You want a ripe tomato.
Very ripe because it's juicier and yes.
Got it.
But when a tomato is... This is like a tomato add in a salad.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So those ones that are like almost about before you like dice them, puree them, those are the ones you want to cook
those are the
with.
ones that I would
Okay,
cook with,
cool.
yes.
Good to know. Very interesting. We don't find a lot of those in our stores. A lot of our stores, when you buy tomatoes that come like this, it's called mature at home.
Ah, I see.
So after about day 3, that's the tomatoes that you're looking
That's
for.
what I'm looking
Yeah.
for. So since we're working with a salad tomato, let's give it a bit of help by just breaking everything down with your wooden spoon, spatula, or whatever it is that you're using.
So I went around just now just checking on what everyone is doing. I've advised some of you to increase your heat. Imagine you're making a gravy. Okay, so that's what you should imagine right now. So
Yes.
you're trying to get any of the water content also evaporate while you're slowly sort of pressing down that tomato because we want it to smash up
she's a
just a
chili
little
girl.
bit.
Nice.
Great.
Don't worry, it's great. It's
Okay.
great.
So the next step is adding chili.
Nice, well done. Smells
Some
delicious.
eager beavers in front have already added the chili.
Yes. They normally at the front of the class. That's how it works, right?
Yeah. I like them.
Add everything.
So just in case you're looking to marry a Zambian man normally expects you to be the one to cook. You're on your way to being a great Zambian wife right now. I got lucky with one that loves to cook. Really lucky.
So the question, Lulu, now I have in my mind is, does William cook at home though?
Yes, that's why the wood kitchen became a thing, because
So you basically just lie there and go, baby, no, do that. Not
when
confirming
we
or denying.
were dating, yes.
Right.
But then there's a switch that sort of went off when we said I do.
Right.
It gets turned on when he
Right.
feels like it, but at least
right.
he feels like it quite a lot. And if you follow us on the Wood Kitchen on YouTube, you're going to check out our series where we cook as a family. We've got a 15-year-old
Oh, wow.
and a 7-year-old. So our latest episode is of our 7-year-old teaching you all how to make his special
Perfect.
scrambled egg.
Oh, delicious. Yum, yum, yum.
Experts. Perfect. Okay. So everybody's tomato looks ready.
Yay.
The next step is now adding your vegetables.
Cool.
So kind of just give it a bit of a squeeze. You don't want to add in a lot of water. So if your vegetables are still watery, just give it a squeeze before adding it to your tomatoes. Okay, there we go.
So one little fun fact also as you're doing that is, as you see this beautiful mint here on stage, when you first get the Lumanda, it doesn't look like what it looked like when you had it on your plate. It actually also has the stem. So one thing you need to do is prepare the Lumanda first by just removing the leaves. We do not cook the stem. You only cook the leaves. So let's remember that you have to just remove it. It's quite a process that you have to do. We get the kids involved also as they remove the leaves.
Is that called child labor? No, we never say that. Never.
Sir,
It's all the fun of
we
it.
were getting along. William says it's called earning your keep.
Right. You're teaching them how to be independent. If you want to enjoy the meal, we all make it together.
You must prepare it.
Life skills. I like that. Life skills. Fantastic.
So fun fact about Lumanda, aside it being food, it also has various medicinal properties. So as you're going to taste shortly, it has a bit of a sour taste. So it's good for your stomach. If you're having stomach issues, that sourness helps you with your tummy. So yeah, that's the other fun fact about Lumanda. It's good for your tummy. And malaria as well, because of the sour. It's not so sour, but yeah.
Question.
It's got some properties in there.
Question. This lady's asked, can we buy this hibiscus leaf at a store in South Africa? Do you know?
So there are some African shops and markets in Joburg, we know, that do sell this. So it is available, but it's in the specialized, African markets or African shops. We can't wait for it to be more mainstream, though.
Yeah.
We've got so many incredible vegetables. Right now, also, there is a way that it is kept preserved. We do a lot of drying of our leaves. So we sun dry the leaves.
Right.
And in one of our classes, actually the class tomorrow, we are going to be cooking cowpea leaves. And these are dried, though. So they are sun-dried, and at least those have been packaged and are sold in shops in our country. And you can be able to access them next year because we're going to be bringing that plant-based stuff right here.
Right. Nice. And that's your show tomorrow at 10:45.
Yes. Okay.
I'm getting hungry. I'm just putting it out there. I'm so hungry right now. If anyone feels like sharing, sharing's caring,
I
right?
just check. Okay.
You're winning,
Should
you're
be
winning.
almost know when it's ready, when it's not so watery anymore. Everything is combined. It looks like a meal. The tomatoes and the
Yes.
veggies,
Right.
everything.
And you,
come
Clara,
together.
what did you serve this with? Rice, with pasta?
Okay, so
with
for this,
couscous.
pap is just coming through from the back.
Okay, pap's coming through from the back.
So you
Fantastic.
can have the Zambian experience.
And so, guys, you need to understand something about African tools. Can everyone have a look to the front? These are your eating tools. I know. And everyone who's got nails is going, are you mad? Oh my God, guys, if we fancy it doesn't happen. I'm.
Do anything to the nails though.
It doesn't do anything else. So what we have done, we've been gracious. We've given you a spoon, so there's no knives and forks on purpose. So if you're not going to use your African tools and you want to go Western, you can use the spoon. I'll go check on the pup for you now.
So now we can turn off the stove if you've it's the liquid is all evaporated. I think we are ready. Clara is just going to do a final check to make sure that it looks good. So normally
just
you call
do
it
that.
pap here, we call it Nshima. We've got different versions of Nshima besides just the maize
heat
meal.
was
We
too
also
hot.
have used cassava flour to cook our pap. So, and the cassava flour also has a soury taste. So if you like, it has more flavor than just the normal pap. We also use millet.
Because I know your veggies.
And add the
spelt, yeah.
cassava also to the millet, so it's got really, really nice texture. Another
your
really
thingy off?
interesting one is using tamarind. So you all know tamarind,
Yeah.
and adding a bit, so sort of making, getting the tamarind fruit and soaking it in water, and then using that water so it adds like
Oh,
tanginess
wow.
to your pap. So it
Okay.
adds more flavors. So we love playing around also with our pap in Zambia. It's something that we do, but cassava is a really, really cassava meal. We've got over 72 tribes in Zambia.
Wow.
But the interesting thing about Zambian food is that now we've sort of nationalized a lot of the foods from all these different
Okay.
cultures, and it's spread, instead of just being eaten in the West,
Yeah.
cassava meal is now widely
Oh, wow.
used.
Cool. Yum, yum, yum. Lulu, am I correct to say that this is also gluten-free?
What you have, yeah.
Yeah, that's a yes?
If you can
You're
get
shaking your head.
on,
Cool. Fantastic. Thanks, Stephen. Well done.
Do the way you need. Put your heart in a special place. True colors all the way. Baby, 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 I'm different in my own way. Different in my own way.
Quick question, guys. What's the difference between the pap you have in there and the one that is made here? Well, in Zambia, we like it a bit stiffer. In South Africa, you actually add a bit of salt in yours, and it's a bit softer when you're serving. But in Zambia, traditionally, it must be denser, be able to be molded, basically. That's how we serve it at home. Oh, yes. Fantastic. Has everybody got some Nshima, aka pap? We're good?
Different in my own way.
Okay, so we're plating ours here.
Thank you very much for having us.
I'm gonna judge Lulu's plating skills today, you know?
Oh, wow.
Okay, so everybody's got some pap, aka Nshima, and you've also got Lumanda in
Lumanda.
there. Are we ready to taste? I know some people are already ahead of.
All right. I tell you what, we've got one of the TV channels here. Why don't you come forward and actually make sure that,
Yeah.
Clara, you're going to let your dish or just hang 10. Come forward and take the footage from here, because that's probably the best in terms of branding, etc., etc., etc.
Exactly.
All right. So you'll just do what you do. There we go.
Okay, perfect.
So now this is the perfect way of serving this. So where would you like us to plate? Yeah. So as she's taking the pictures, are you ready to taste? What does it taste like? I would like to hear from you all. Like, what are you tasting? It tastes like hibiscus, right?
Perfect.
Sour. Yes. Yeah. Oh, okay. We love to hear that. So now a little fun fact about how now we like to play around with our local food. So you know phyllo pastry? So we cook the lumanda just like that, and then we make a phyllo pastry pie. Since it's plant-based, you would get a nice, I would say go with something that's sweet and sour. So, you know, go Asian with your mince or, you know, some of the gluten, like, you know, you use the gluten powder and make the little like chicken, you know. So you add that at the bottom, and then you add the lumanda on top and wrap it up and make some little lumanda parcels. So we've done that before. It's really great. Also with pasta, making a ravioli with the lumanda also, and then adding a sauce with some cream. It will just be a nice orgasmic something in your mouth as you eat. It's really, really... Okay, what are you grabbing? Oh, your phone. Okay, so...
It is the Wood Kitchen after all, Miss and Mrs. Wood. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, welcome. This is literally what happens in the Wood Kitchen. So we hope you've enjoyed the meal. This is really a piece of Zambia.
It's really yummy. I'm only
Zambia.
not using my hands just because I have to touch a lot of things in a minute or two.
Right.
But this is so yummy. I added extra chili. Are we done? Clara?
Yes, we are done.
All right, everyone, thank you very much for making history. This is incredible. High five to the person next and say thanks for coming. All right.
Thanks to all of you for coming.
Please, can you put your hand together for Chef Clara, Chef Lulu, and Chef William, all the way from Zambia. Thanks very much, guys. Have a fun show. And thanks, Stephen. Hit it up as the chef team come in to clear. Thanks so much.
Show pop-up podcast is here. Pull up a seat at the kitchen table and join me, Sean Lewitz, as I chat to local and international chefs, as well as health and wellness experts about this fascinating journey of food, health, and conscious living. Go ahead and follow the Plant Powered Show pop-up podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts, or Apple Podcasts right now and take us home with you as we delve deeper into the world of plant-based living. The Plant Powered Show pop-up podcast.